Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to be doing Uzbek traditions, or I would say wedding traditions video. I'm going to be answering all of your burning questions. Okay, let me lay one thing here. I'm going to be speaking from my own experience, from my own side, because in Uzbekistan there are a lot of people with different mentality when it comes to weddings and the traditions. You know, some people are very civilized and they don't necessarily follow you know, like old school traditions anymore, and some people are like still have been following the traditions that's been there for a very long time. I have the questions that you guys have asked written down, and I'm going to be answering all of your questions in this video. Hopefully my answers will give you an idea how the Uzbek weddings are. So a lot of people usually ask, do boys and girls can take a decision themselves of getting married, or parents are the ones to take a decision? So there is a lot of influence. There is a lot of parents' influence when it comes to the weddings. It all depends on how they are going to accept the partner that you're choosing. In some cases, families do accept their children's decision when it comes to marriages. Luckily, my mom was very accepting and encouraging about my marriage. So in my family's case, it was different. However, my dad was not. So I had to take a lot of risks when it comes to getting married to my husband, but I never regret. Even I made one of my parents, you know, not happy about my decisions. At the end of the day, marriage is something that you are going to live with, and that this is something that's gonna, you know, affect your life. You know, this is pretty much this is gonna be your personal life, you know, big portion of your life. And now the next question is, bride or groom has to pay for getting married. Is it true? How much? Is it everywhere? Normally grooms do pay a certain amount of money for a bride's family before the wedding starts. So the bride's family will take that money and then use it for some of the expenses. It still kind of amazes me about our traditions and about my, you know, people, is that people literally break the bank when it comes to weddings. They borrow money, they go in a debt, or they save up years and years, and then like literally splurge all of their money on one wedding. Most of the time, not always, okay? So a lot of people are like, you know what, no, we're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna save up that money, we're gonna invest it in our future home, or we're gonna save up that money and then go travel. How easy is it for a foreigner Muslim getting married to Uzbek girl? If you are a Muslim, and obviously, you know, most Uzbeks are Muslims, I think they're not gonna have any problem for that. But still, some people are very conservative, that they want their daughter to get married to only Uzbek guy. As long as the girl and also the guy is willing to get married, I think that's what's important. All right guys, moving on to the next question. What Uzbek girls think about foreigners? Well, I cannot answer this question because it's a personal preference. I cannot vouch that, oh my god, Uzbek girls love foreigners. No, some of them are like, no, I will never get married to a foreigner, only Uzbeks. And some of them are like, oh my god, wouldn't that be fun to have a foreign, you know, partner, foreign life partner? It would be so much fun to live a life together. And I would say, you know, exchanging different traditions, you know, cultures, like learning a lot about each other. Next one, how many days wedding take? It normally takes a few days. It depends on how many days people want to celebrate it. You know, the actual wedding day is one day. You know, there's like a one big celebration day where everyone will gather and then celebrate it together. Like there are gonna be people from girl's side, there are gonna be, you know, relatives, friends from the guy's side, and then they just go to a restaurant and celebrate it. You know, it's gonna be a big day. So now there is one more question that was asked about nikah, and that is the religious way of getting married, you know, like in a Muslim way, or I would say in Islamic way. And yes, almost all Uzbeks go to a nikah and get married there together before the celebration day. And one more thing that I wanted to kind of touch up is how the weddings are held normally. So this is the basic, or I would say the bare ground of weddings, how it happens, or I would say how many steps are there. So I actually do have a note right here, and I'm gonna read it for you guys, okay? So that way you guys get an idea like how the normal weddings are in my country. So normally mothers search for the bride, but if the guy has a girl that he wants to get married, a mother goes to the girl's house to ask her hand, telling that, hey, my son wants to get married to your daughter. What do you think about it? You know, do you think we can make it work? And then what normally happens after that, a girl and a guy go on a date together and then see each other, you know, how they like each other. Do they kind of click or not click? And then after that, the girl is gonna make the girl is the one who's gonna make the decision when it comes to saying yes or no. If the girl doesn't know the guy, but if she ends up liking the guy on a date. But if a guy and a girl have been dating for a very long time, it's already obvious, it's certain, it's happening. Two sides family finalize the wedding date. They go to the girl's house and then they kind of break the bread into pieces, telling that, okay, it is now official, you know, the girl is I would say taken. This was the situation where how my parents got married. You know, they did not know each other at the beginning, so my parents marriage is the result of arranged marriage. And by the way, the wedding, let's say paying for the restaurant, paying for the food, paying for photographers, video, and paying for all those little expenses, all those big expenses on the wedding day is on the guy's shoulder. And this is aside the pay that he is going to make before the wedding to the girl. However, there are so many expenses that the girl does as well. Guy has to separate few rooms from his house and just leave it empty. And it is on the girl's shoulder to fill those rooms. Let's say buying a bed or curtains, carpets. And then girl also will buy the groom's clothes. So after everything is finished, then there will be the day that comes for celebration that is called wedding. Oh my goodness, I feel like my throat is itching right now because of talking too much. So if I have not covered any topic that you're interested about Uzbek weddings, leave it in the comment below. I will answer the best I can. And again, disclaimer, I am speaking from my own side. Every single person thinks differently when it comes to the weddings. Take my words as a grain of salt, and then just figure out your own truth. You know, a lot of things are changing. I don't think that one tradition that was yesterday is going to be the tradition of tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.